So with Naamleela here, and Naam, you've actually used it for years now. I'm trying to think of how many years it's been.
Yeah, it's been at least a few. How many do you think?
I mean, I think it could be actually even '07.
Like 6 years?
Yeah, something like that. And you're using the smaller green massage ball, not the bigger red one.
Yeah, the red one was too big for me to lie on and get into different areas. But the green one's really comfortable.
Yes, for most people, they're only familiar with the red ones, but
Oh.
because I haven't done a lot of advertising yet. But when you use it, there's times when you feel like there's something that you want to work out with the ball. Is that mostly when you find yourself using it? When you feel like...
Yeah, if I feel a little like tightness in my back or
Yeah.
in my neck when I wake up, or even if I have a headache or just anything really that bothers me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, another interesting thing that I think that you do is that you actually would be lying in bed sometimes and use it there too, which I found unique and useful. I've done that myself.
Yeah.
You know, what do you do? Do you just kind of like put it in particular spots and roll on it, or?
Well, sometimes I roll it up and down my back. Sometimes I'll just put it in one particular spot and lie on it for a while.
Let it press
to
in.
loosen up
Yeah.
an area. Or I'll roll it up and down my legs, or sometimes I'll use it like to kind of balance myself out in some way.
Right.
Putting it under one side or the other.
Now, you also, like myself, travel with
Yeah.
the massage ball.
I never travel without it.
Such a marketing statement.
You can quote me.
Okay then. But you do travel with it. I do too.
Yeah, it's one of the first things in my suitcase.
Yeah.
I've had a few desperate moments where I left it somewhere by accident because it rolled under the bed. And then I realized like the next day.
Yes.
Yeah, I always pack it in my suitcase with me, and I use it, because when you're traveling, you always get little kinks and pains
Right.
from the travel itself, or just
Yeah.
from sleeping in like an unusual bed or sitting in some way.
Yeah.
And it's not like there's just somebody there to do a treatment all the time.
We were just talking about you were in London and had them. It was in your hand carry, and then they were questioning what it was.
Yeah. That's the one thing I'd say is put it in your suitcase, because
Yeah.
I took it in my hand carry once, and it was through London, Heathrow, and all the security people got called over, and I could hear them all looking at the screen and going, "It's perfectly round, but I don't know what it is. It's not filled with water." I was held up for a long time, and they almost took it away.
They almost took it away.
Yeah.
Well, just for the purpose of traveling, the green one is actually only 1 pound, a little over 1 pound.
How heavy is the red one?
2.2 pounds.
Yeah.
Just for purposes of understanding that. Well, yeah, it isn't filled with water.
What is it filled with?
Gel,
Oh.
kind of a rubbery gel. But the red ones are thicker shell, so they're firmer.
They're definitely heavier too.
And they're heavier, yeah. But that's one of the main reasons why I chose this, is because, for one, the solid rubber is just going to last decades. And I was telling you earlier about my particular advertising line of thousands of massages for the price of one, primarily because the construction is such that it will last that long. Not just that it will give that many.
Well, it's also, it's perfect for when you can't get a massage or a treatment, and you can always do something yourself.
Yeah.
That's really effective. I would definitely recommend the green one for most women and smaller people because it's the perfect size. Like rolling it up and down your back, it gets right next to your spine, up and down, and then you can get in your neck and like on your hips. But like the red one is a lot bigger, so I can't even really lie on it fully.
Yeah.
It's too big.
Yeah. Well, I know that several other people have felt that way. Michelle Turetsky, for example. Inca also wanted a green one like that. Now, you've had your ball for several years. Is it still in good shape?
Oh yeah, it looks brand new.
Yeah, it will last a long time. I mean, I've said this with other people, but I've had my original one now 18 years.
Wow, really?
So it will last.
Yeah. I mean, I've had mine mostly here too, and even being in Fiji, it hasn't gotten moldy or anything like that.
Right. Well, the one of the classic questions I usually ask if a person's ever used like a Ma roller, or
Ma roller.
Yeah, it's called a Ma roller. It's made out of wood.
Oh yeah.
And it's pretty. If you don't do it just right, it can be kind of painful with the wood being so hard. And then people have used a variety of balls that have spikes on them for foot massages. And, Ross said that he had used every kind of massage tool and he said that this was by far the most usable.
Yeah, I would say that too. I mean, I wouldn't use any of those other things now that I've used this.
Are you able to get into your leg area?
Yeah, I do up and down my legs. I do just about anywhere. And because of the texture of it and the softness, you can lie on it with your full weight, so it gets in as hard as you want it to, really.
Yeah.
But it's not, the spikes would be too intense to do that. And you also don't have to use your own weight, like pressing it in to yourself with your hands or something.
Right.
You can lie on it and just use your body weight.
Yes, yes. And you can feel the pressure each time. You know when you hit a sensitive spot.
Yeah.
So the last thing I always ask is, but it's pretty obvious, if you would recommend this.
Oh yeah, definitely.
To others.
I think everyone should have one. I couldn't live without it now.
Thank you so much.